Today marks the 6th year of the RMR Group's annual Employee Awards. We're here today to celebrate our colleagues whose accomplishments have had a significant and positive impact on our business and on each of us. As I have said many times, I'm impressed by each of your extraordinary efforts in this extraordinary year. Perhaps that's why we received a record number of submissions, 483 nominations. It's inspiring to see so many employees recognized by their peers. All of the members of RMR's Executive Operating Committee, David Blackman, Jennifer Clark, Jennifer Francis, Matt Jordan, and John Murray, joined me in reviewing a very impressive group of nominations. And now, on to the Employee Awards.
Each year, we present the Rookie of the Year award to a top-performing employee who, while new to RMR, has already made a significant impact in a short amount of time. This year's winner has exhibited incredible work ethic, drive, and enthusiasm for their job. This is someone who always takes an extra step to support others, jumping in to help wherever needed. Their creativity and consideration for employees across RMR was especially evident as we planned for all our offices reopening earlier this year. It was their leadership during challenging circumstances that stood out.
He joined RMR in March of 2020, just as Massachusetts had issued the first stay-at-home guidelines. In a very short time and in extraordinary circumstances, he has proven to be a valued team member. From obtaining PPEs and getting them out to our regional offices, to preparing for the reopening of the corporate office with all necessary safety protocols in place, he continues to go above and beyond. It has been a pleasure working alongside him over the past 8 months.
In a short time at RMR, this person has been impactful on the operations. He is personable, effective to work with, results-driven, and works hard. During the pandemic, he led the effort to provide workstation divider expansions, touchless egress between floors, and a safe social distancing cubicle layout. He also looks out for the corporate and regional offices. In fact, he collaborated with 5-Star when they were in need of PPE and successfully allocated resources while ensuring it was not immediately needed elsewhere. He has shown great enthusiasm and creativity, and we are proud to have him on our team.
This individual holds a COVID essential position in the company, with one of his responsibilities being to help navigate RMR through a safe return to work program. Needless to say, he had a very big job in front of him. The requirements of this job called for an immense amount of collaboration within the corporate departments, the regions, and even with our sister companies. He came into his role as though he had been with the company for years, executing on all levels with speed, grace, and patience. This person from day one has been very impactful and showed great enthusiasm and creativity all along the way. It is my sincere honor to place this nomination for the Rookie of the Year award.
It's my pleasure to present this year's Rookie of the Year award to Stephen Barton, Director of Facilities and Sourcing.
The Excellence in Client Service Award is presented to an employee who consistently exceeds client service expectations, going above and beyond to address the needs of others. This year's recipient demonstrates the true impact of these actions. This individual helped lead RMR through a pivotal time as RMR shifted to a remote work environment in a matter of days at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. The coordination and organization of technology to make this shift happen was no small feat, and the comprehensive plan to execute each step resulted in a smooth transition for employees across the company. Additionally, this person was a key resource and expert in making sure WebEx calls and other virtual communication methods within the organization for large and small meetings alike went smoothly.
I am nominating this person because he was able to navigate the challenges of the pandemic, not only for his own team, but across the company. He was able to successfully execute the switch for employees to start working from home, and he was also able to lead his team in onboarding over 50 new employees across the country and make sure that they had everything they needed for their first day. Aside from these notable accomplishments, he He also helped with daily IT questions, sitting in on WebEx calls to make sure that everything runs smoothly, and managing an extremely hardworking team. The most impressive part about him is his responsiveness and how quickly he can problem solve and get back to employees. Thank you for all of your hard work. It does not go unnoticed.
Since joining RMR, he has profoundly impacted the efficiency of the IT service delivery team through his guidance and continuous commitment to excellence. Most notably, he exhibited outstanding leadership skills when the Newton office closed and RMR's workforce abruptly went fully remote in March as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. During this time, he ensured that RMR's corporate office continued to have the physical IT coverage that was required to operate, oftentimes coming into the office when those on his team were unable to do so. Under his guidance, the IT service delivery team ensured the timely delivery of IT equipment to employees who worked remotely during office closures throughout the country. In addition to being both a reliable colleague and a pleasure to work with, he is always willing to assist with AV or other IT-related issues at a moment's notice, despite his busy schedule.
The nominee for the Excellence in Client Service Award played a critical role in RMR's pivot to a fully remote work model, and then in June to a hybrid model. During the remote work period, he continued to work on site to ensure continuity of IT service delivery and the onboarding of new employees. He serves as our resident virtual event expert and partnered with marketing and investor relations on the planning and execution of town hall and virtual shareholder meetings. When 2 Newton reopened, he made sure employees would have a smooth transition and we could continue to collaborate with those working remotely. Above all, he is always willing to tackle any problem that is presented and does so with a positive attitude. I am grateful to have this nominee as part of the IT leadership team and enthusiastically support his nomination for this award.
I am proud to present this year's Excellence in Client Service Award to Kyle Pope, Director of IT Service Delivery.
An effective collaborator is someone who brings people together at the right time and effectively communicates with others to marshal the resources necessary to achieve the task at hand. This year's winner is someone who emulates just that. Working across departments, he communicates goals and results to benefit the broader organization rather than a single area of responsibility. This individual is seen as a leader who finds common ground with everyone he interacts with and is admired for his work ethic and drive. This combination not only makes him effective, but allows him to push his team to its full potential.
This year alone, we worked together on the onboarding of the SMTA acquisition and establishing best practices, rent deferral requests and their impact to financial reporting, as well as several ad hoc requests. During every encounter, he was detailed in his responses, thorough in his follow-up, and always had a positive attitude and a smile on his face. Additionally, his work ethic is evident with the long hours he keeps and his willingness to go the extra mile.
There are no sacred cows with this person. He is constantly challenging the status quo and encourages employees to do the same. He is very approachable and willing to consider any and all ideas, which has helped drive innovation across the company. Over the past year, he has driven collaboration across departments on several projects, such as redevelopment, cash collections, and payroll analytics. Through these projects, this person has helped improve accuracy, efficiency, and the bottom line.
In their current role, this individual has made it a priority to focus on driving collaboration and results across RMR, from working with MIS on various automation projects to streamlining numerous processes with leasing, real estate services, and asset management. Recently, he has played a pivotal role in automating tenant recoveries in Yardi, payroll analytics, as well as cash collection analysis and rent deferral reporting resulting from COVID-19. He is consistently pushing his team to think big picture and focus on driving results for RMR and the managed REITs. He is a valuable resource not only for his whole team, but the entire company.
Please join me in congratulating this year's honoree for outstanding collaboration and innovation, Matt Trottier, Director of Property Accounting and Operations Finance.
Among the most impressive qualities of this year's recipient of the Real Estate Services Employee of the Year Award is this person's ability to create an inclusive work environment where employees, tenants, and stakeholders can operate at their best. And while his kind, genuine disposition is widely appreciated and welcomed, his expertise in his field is equally impressive, particularly when representing RMAR at industry organizations. He is a skilled communicator, and despite a full schedule, always volunteers his time and support for others, setting an example for the team. Here are some of the things his colleagues had to say about it.
He views the property managers as teammates, but also as customers, and strives to exceed their expectations in providing quick and accurate feedback. This past year, he tracked over 30 hurricanes in the South region. He created a tracking document that was used internally, updated daily, and shared with senior management. That document is now the standard template to use for severe weather tracking. He is a resource for us all. He is an educator, a leader, and a great representative for the RMR Group.
I have worked closely with my nominee for Real Estate Services Employee of the Year since I started with RMR just over 3 years ago, and it was apparent to me from day one that he was a true team player. The best word to describe him would be genuine. His interactions with internal and external clients are top-notch. He always follows up and follows through. He communicates well, keeps his team apprised of relevant information, is friendly and positive, volunteers to assist with projects, encourages his team, and makes himself available as a resource. My nominee is also active outside the office as an instructor for BOMA and BOMI and is a wealth of knowledge. I have seen real growth under his leadership in 3 years, and no doubt we'll see more.
My nominee is almost a fixture in our office. He is Mr. RMR. He beats me in when I arrive hours early to get something done. He's eager to help fellow employees and tenants alike and travels tirelessly as his charge requires. He represents RMR as a BOMA instructor. He's a former AFAME president, and he garners lofty respect of those he mentors and works with alike. He is kind, he goes the extra mile to do a job right the first time, and for these reasons and more, I have no reservations with recommending him for Real Estate Services Employee of the Year. I hope he wins.
For this year's Real Estate Services Employee of the Year Award, I am very proud to recognize Greg Barnes, Regional Director of Engineering. Congratulations, Greg.
Before I talk about the recipients of this year's Leadership Awards, I want to acknowledge that in this unusual and challenging year, so many of you stepped up to be extraordinary leaders in extraordinary circumstances. I salute you all. This year, we have 2 recipients of the Leadership Award. What is most compelling about these 2 is the volume of nominations and accolades that they received from their teams. The first recipient of the Leadership Award is a leader that has cultivated an inclusive, welcoming environment for her team. She is a decisive leader with high standards, a positive attitude, and an aptitude for identifying and leveraging her team's strengths. She is a doer, but also a listener. She has rallied her team to work toward a common goal while fostering a greater sense of community and collaboration. Her impact in her region has been significant.
The person I nominated, I've had the pleasure of working with for more than 3 years, and she has consistently demonstrated, in my opinion, the skills that are necessary to be recognized as an amazing leader. She's not just a manager; she's more than that. She motivates her team, and she provides the proper guidance that we need. And she doesn't give up, and she always believes in us.
It has been a great experience and pleasure over the past year working with her implementing RMR policies and procedures at the senior level. Her guidance, support, and dedication to the engineering and property management team has motivated us as individuals as well as united us as one team. Her positive impact over the region has been very impressive. This is why I'm excited to nominate her for Leadership of the Year award. Go Team South!
I am delighted to present our first Leadership Award to Rebecca Buchanan, Senior Area Director. The next recipient of this year's Leadership Award shares many of these same qualities. She understands how to tap into the strengths of her team and help them leverage opportunities while creating an environment that is inclusive, fair, and positive. She is supportive, empathetic, and motivates her team to do their best. Her leadership during this challenging year has been admired and respected by those she manages.
Is excited to nominate an individual who is a natural leader, leads by example, and has the ability to jump into difficult situations and turn things around. This person has brought structure to the team and has created an atmosphere that has been lacking. For the first time, it feels like we are one team working towards a common goal.
I'm here today to nominate a true leader for the RMR Leadership Award. This nominee has led their team through a challenging year and still managed to create a positive, inclusive atmosphere by providing clear direction and accountability to her staff. Over the last year, as Real Estate Services consolidated regions, I challenged this employee to push efficiency and develop one cohesive team. She has actively managed her staff, and over the last year, during a pandemic, has made positive progress with key hires, solidifying her management team. The nominee is thoughtful and authentic, which are quality traits of a good leader.
Please join me in congratulating Cindy Beath, Regional Vice President, recipient of our second Leadership Award.
Each year, the President's Award is presented in recognition of exceptional performance. The COVID-19 pandemic has created many challenges to our operations, our employees, and our tenants. This year's winners responded by performing exceptionally quickly and innovatively to constantly changing circumstances. At the onset of the pandemic, this team was committed to ensuring we and our managed assets were protected and that our organization had the protocols and plans to respond to the crisis. This group of individuals analyzed a lot of information and data to help develop best practice protocols for the safety and well-being of our people, our assets, and our company. They collaborated with departments across RMR to provide guidance and address a variety of situations. I'm proud of their dedication, expertise, and loyalty.
In this extraordinary year of the COVID-19 pandemic, this person and his team not only developed and led us through the procedures necessary to keep our offices and staff safe, but did so in a calm, competent, and reassuring manner. When we had COVID-19 cases in our buildings, this team responded quickly to our request for assistance in how to proceed. In fact, because of the several-hour time difference, we called one of his team members late one night and woke him up. He promptly called us back and calmly led us through the necessary steps. In a time when many were unsure and anxious about how to proceed, he and his team went above and beyond to help all of us in the regional offices.
My nomination for a President's Award for Special Achievement goes to the team that stepped up in an unprecedented situation and provided guidance and leadership in responding to the pandemic. Materials, research, and education that they provided allowed the Real Estate Services teams to provide a safe work environment for our tenants and our employees. This team made themselves available at all times to provide guidance on responding to positive COVID cases in our buildings, which in turn enabled Real Estate Services to quickly respond, remediate the situations, and allow for a timely and safe return for our tenants. RMR was able to define themselves as an industry leader in its coordinated response to this pandemic and show that as a company, we truly care about the well-being of our tenants, their guests, and our employees.
Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." This person and his team have created a trail for our company by navigating us all through this year's pandemic. This team was led by a person who advised us all on COVID cleaning protocols, created standard tenant notification letters, and modified our building operating procedures to ensure not only our tenant safety, but also the safety of our employees. This team also hosted several training webinars to ensure that we all remained informed and up to date on evolving CDC protocols. There was no trail or manual of how to navigate these issues. This team has created our trail. Due to these efforts, we were able to remain proactive instead of reactive, and our tenants greatly appreciated that. The entire Real Estate Services team appreciates you and your team every day, and we thank you for always being such a valuable resource to us all.
This year's recipients of the President's Award for Special Achievement are the National and Regional Engineering teams led by Joe Allen for spearheading RMR's COVID-19 response. Congratulations to Joe and to Greg Barnes, Mark Bova, Rich Deckelbaum, Greg Fippen, Craig Hoxie, Michael Marks, Jason Mayo, Justin Norton, Michael O'Shaughnessy, and Mark Wilson. Congratulations to this year's award winners, and I'd also like to thank everyone who made a nomination and sent in a message in support of the winners. And again, I recognize and thank each of you for helping us conduct our business without interruption this year. I look forward to continuing our work in 2021. I, along with the rest of the Executive Operating Committee, wish you and your families a happy, healthy, and safe holiday season.